Harlem Week. Who in this crowd has been to Harlem Week for all 43 years? Raise your hand. Okay. Now, remember, it started out as a day. It turned into a week. It is now essentially a full month. At some point, there will be Harlem Year. That will be followed by Harlem Year, and it will all just blend together. Harlem, look, I don't need to tell anyone here, Harlem captures the imagination of New Yorkers, of people all over the country, of people all over the world. And I want to take an occasion right now to clarify something. I need you to listen to this. Okay? I want to speak now as the voice of New York City when I say this. Harlem, my friends, I want to particularly make sure our real estate community hears this. Harlem does not need another name. And greatness, and if you don't understand that, you shouldn't be selling property in Harlem. And as is evidenced tonight, and I saw it last night, a wonderful town hall meeting in Harlem, and I want to say one thing, I love every community in New York City. But I will say that people in Harlem are not afraid to express their strong opinions. I heard a lot last night, but it was a wonderful meeting because people care so deeply about the community. That's why hundreds of people were out last night on a summer night because they wanted to make their community better. And we celebrate that tonight as well. The theme of Harlem Week this year, Home of Immigrants. I gotta tell you, Lloyd and everyone involved couldn't have been more poignant, more timely, more powerful in their choice. Because we understand this city, this country, we have to be honest about who we are. We have to be proud of who we are. We're all immigrants. Now, as Charlene always says, and she is right, some immigrants came willingly and some came unwillingly. But one thing we know for sure, anyone who says they're an American and tells you about how pure they are, well then, you must be talking about the very small number of Native Americans who can claim that history. But everyone else came here. And so we're not going to turn against the next generation arriving and the one after that. I assume a lot of you saw that President Trump has issued yet another immigration policy. That was right on cue. Very good job. He seems to be a little obsessed with immigrants. You get that feeling? Here's the bottom line. I want to speak personally. I bet a lot of people in the room can say the same thing. The policy he announced this week that he wants to put into force, it would have meant my grandparents would never have been allowed into the United States. I don't know about you, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, but I know about my grandparents from southern Italy. They did not speak English. They did not have a college degree. Donald Trump would have sent them away. And they would have never experienced the American dream, and I would never have had the honor of being here and being your mayor. And there are millions of stories like that. And we got to remember, before we start excluding people, let's remember who we are, who our families are, the journey we've traveled. So celebrating our history through Harlem Week is more necessary than ever. Now, I've got to tell you, and I ask that you repeat this. I'm going to give you one easy piece of information. I ask that you repeat it. We have more immigrants in New York City today than any time in the last 100 years. Okay? More immigrants than any time in the last 100 years. What else is going on? We have more jobs than we've ever had. And we are the safest big city in America. So if anyone tells you that immigrants somehow hurt the economy and make you less safe, send them to New York City. Because we can show right here that there can be a place for everyone. And everyone can benefit from each other and the contribution each other's making. My friends, Harlem Week is something extraordinary. But let's remember the people who helped to make Harlem Week what it is and Harlem what it is today. One of them just arrived. I'd like to hear a thunderous applause for Congressman Charlie Ray. To Harlem Week itself, one of the visionaries continues to put his stamp on it every single year to make it so important for the community. I want to call forward with great appreciation for his extraordinary contributions to Harlem and all of New York City. I want to call forward Lloyd Williams to accept the proclamation. So, Lloyd, this is a proclamation that expresses, on behalf of 8.5 million New Yorkers, expresses how important Harlem Week has become for this city and how much your work and your colleagues' work have improved the lives of the people of the city. And so this is also the chance for me to officially proclaim, on behalf of 8.5 million New Yorkers, Harlem Week 2017, Home of Immigrants. Harlem, Home of Immigrants. Thank you so much, Lloyd. And ladies and gentlemen, I return the floor to the distinguished gentleman. Lloyd Williams will come back now. Thank you, everyone.
You guys have been so patient, so why don't we